In December 2007, during Thriller Back Saga, Oda was asked a question about devil fruits, where Oda revealed that there's a certain scholar who will appear in the upcoming story who will explain what the devil fruits are. This professor was generally expected to be Vegapunk, who did explain his views on the origin of devil fruits in the Egghead arc. However, Vegapunk's explanation was only a theory, and also did not explain some mysteries about devil fruits, like why the same fruit power cannot exist more than once at a time. Oda has yet to confirm if Vegapunk was indeed the professor he was referring to. In any case, according to Vegapunk's theory, devil fruits are a manifestation of the possibility for human evolution, with all the different powers representing the many branches for humanity's future, brought into existence by human hope and desire. Thoughts along the lines of, if only I could do this, or if only I could be like that. Vegapunk claims that those with powers exist in different dimensions, dreamed up by others before them. However, according to Vegapunk, those who exist in this unnatural state are loathed by the sea, which he describes as the mother of nature, and thus become unable to swim as punishment. Vegapunk's theory gives us very good explanation on what devil fruits are, however it still lacks an explanation on how they're really working or how they were created in the first place. I think all the devil fruits are artificially made, and there are several clues that hints that. For example, ever since the beginning of One Piece, they've been presented as objects of scientific studies. For example, Chopper was able to study and develop a drug that directly interacts with his fruit, unlocking new abilities. We also have Vegapunk, who made significant breakthroughs, such as feeding a zone fruit to an object, replicating paramecia abilities with the Seraphim, and most importantly, creating an artificial devil fruit. Also, the facts that fruits like Buki Buki no Mi, Guru Guru no Mi, Supa Supa no Mi, and so on exist makes it more doubtful that these fruits could be there since the beginning of time. But who could create such technique and how? What is known is that devil fruits have existed in the world for at least 8 centuries, with the oldest known fruits being the Toki Toki no Mi and the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. What is interesting on the latter devil fruit is that unlike Joy Boy and Luffy, Nika's silhouette is depicted without Gear 5's famous white cloud, which could mean that Nika was not a devil fruit user, unlike his predecessors. Toki and Joy Boy are also confirmed to be alive during the Void Century, and we know that for the fact that during their lives there was a kingdom so vast, powerful, and technologically advanced that far surpassed the science of the modern day. Devil fruits being created by the time of Void Century is also somewhat supported by the Elbaf mural, according to Harley, which describes the second world, which is most likely in reference to the Void Century. The forest god tamed demons, which could be one of the interpretations of devil fruit's creation. But exactly how did the Great Kingdom manage to create such thing? Devil fruits look so much more magical than almost any other technologies in One Piece. And what seemed to be one caveat, however, is that devil fruits reincarnate if the user dies. This is strange for something purely artificial, purely scientific. Fortunately, devil fruits are not the only source of magic in this world, since their counterpart Haki exists as well. Unlike devil fruits, Haki is naturally occurring, with all living beings having the potential for it. Furthermore, Haki is never treated as an object of scientific study, and its origins are never explained, nor does anyone ever attempt to explain it. The stark contrast with the narrative treatments of devil fruits hints that there must be a fundamental existential difference between them and the naturally occurring Haki. Haki seems to be the only naturally occurring super ability in the One Piece world. It is dormant in every living being. However, despite it being widespread, Haki still seems to hold many secrets. In a yet unseen show of mastery, Joy Boy has shown that Haki can be sealed. Not only is this a level of manipulation not thought possible before, it hints at the fact that Haki could probably be more broadly manipulated in ways we have not yet seen. Devil fruits and Haki as embodiments of dreams and will. As Vegapunk has stated, devil fruits are the embodiment of people's dreams. Haki, on the other side, is the embodiment of a person's will. Everything has a will in One Piece, and it can be manifested in Haki or things like Cloudberman. Even swords have their own will. Maybe the ancient kingdom used science to basically use that inherent power to fuel the creation of the devil fruits, and the interesting thing is that we have already seen something familiar in the series. The lineage factor is One Piece's version of DNA, epigenetics. It determines a living being's biological makeup and inherited traits. Vegapunk confirmed that devil fruits interact with a person's lineage factor, permanently fusing with their core when eaten. When extracting Kaido's lineage factor, Dr. Vegapunk was able to replicate the Emperor's fruit, which was eaten by Momonosuke. The ancient kingdom's scientists were said to even surpass Vegapunk himself. They most likely had much more knowledge in the lineage factor, and most likely discovered how to modify the lineage factor to grant specific powers. By infusing haki, willpower, into a fruit, they created an object that could rewrite the eater's genetic structure, giving them abilities encoded at the deepest biological level. This means devil fruits are not just magic, they are haki-infused genetic modifications that alter the body itself. This would explain why each fruit has unique properties, because they were designed by the ancient kingdom to be artificial evolutions of humanity. But all of these still does not explain how they're able to reincarnate, and I think the key to devil fruit reincarnation is souls in One Piece. One Piece has shown that the soul is a real thing. Brook's soul abilities prove souls can persist after death and travel. Big Mom's powers let her manipulate souls, extract life expectancy, and put souls into objects. The Going Merry's spirit physically manifested and saved the crew. So what does this mean for devil fruits? If devil fruits fuse with the user's lineage factor, DNA, they also imprint on their soul. When a devil fruit user dies, their soul leaves their body, but the essence of their will lingers in the fruit. The soul travels like the souls in Skypiea returning to trees and finds the nearest suitable fruit to reincarnate into. This means eating a devil fruit's not just gaining a power, it's merging with an ancient soul that has carried its will for centuries. But still, when we look at the devil fruits, they look like fruits, probably very different from the ones which we have on Earth, since they grant their eaters ridiculous abilities, but still fruits. We know that devil fruits exist in a cycle of reincarnation. When a devil fruit user dies, their ability is reborn in a new fruit. Instead of growing from a plant, the ability simply regenerates inside another similar fruit, which then transforms into the devil fruit in question. When this happens, the empowered fruit changes appearance. Some characteristics of a fruit's transformation into a devil fruit include the distinct spiral patterns, a curly stem, and a color change. However, the first original fruits have to become from somewhere, and I think they were growing on trees. There have been several hints from stories that suggest that. Firstly, in Oda's original Romance Dawn work, which is his work before One Piece, Luffy's fruit is stated to have grown on a legendary tree, which could mean that Oda may have carried over this idea into One Piece, since we have seen several other things from his early work being introduced in the series. Secondly, the artificial Smile Devil fruits grown in the Smile Factory are shown to be growing on trees and bushes, also hinting that the real devil fruits grew from trees as well. Also, if we look at closely to devil fruits, the majority of them have stems that they can hang from, which can imply that they have been possibly hanging on a tree. But from which tree could devil fruits from? In One Piece, there have been a lot of interesting and mysterious trees. Almost every arc introduced some kind of interesting tree. For example, during Sky Island Saga, we see the giant jack tree during Water 7, Tree of Knowledge, and so on and so forth. The last tree that was introduced is a treasured tree atom, which was one of the biggest mysteries in One Piece. The very first time when Frankie mentioned it was way back in 2006, according to him once long ago, an endless war raged on an island. People died, and the island was destroyed by a rain of bullets and left in ruins. However, the people kept coming back to rebuild the nation near a giant tree. The only one that remained intact, and that was the Tree of Adam. However, the most interesting tree that we have yet to see is Sunlight Tree of Eve. Technically, we've already seen this tree in 2011 during Fisherman Saga. It was first mentioned by Neptune when you asked by Nami why the ocean floor was so brightly lit. She tells her that it's like the boss from the Yarukaiman mangrove at the Sabadi archipelago, possibly meaning that it is a larger specimen of the same species. It is through the tree's roots that Fishman Island is able to have light 10,000 meters below the surface of the ocean. However, the tree has not made its proper debut yet, and I think it was done for a reason. So we know that the sunlight tree Eve is an enormous tree that provides light from the surface to the depths of the ocean, specifically to Fishman Island, which exists under the red line. This tree somehow transmits sunlight through its roots, meaning it might serve as a conduit for energy, life force, or even some form of biological transformation. If the ancient kingdom harnessed its energy, they could have developed a way to infuse fruits with unnatural abilities, creating what we know now as devil fruits. The tree's ability to transfer light through water suggests it has a unique biological property. Perhaps it could store and transfer energy in ways that modern science cannot understand. Scientists from ancient kingdom could have used Haki and the lineage factor to modify fruits growing on Eve. These fruits then maybe could have absorbed the souls and wills of past generations, becoming living legacies that grant unique power. Also, Usopp notes the connection between it and the treasure tree Adam, and one main thing that we know about the Adam tree is that its wood is considered the strongest, highest quality wood in the world. No matter what war rages on the island, whether the people rain cannonballs from the sky or everyone dies off and the buildings fall into ruin, the tree remains, and people gather around it and create nations. In the Bible, Eve was created by a part of Adam, and what if the sunlight tree Eve also contained some of the parts of Adam tree as well? Interestingly enough, sunlight tree of Eve is also probably the most heavily guarded tree in the whole world, since it's located in the Marihoas, based on the fact that Fishman Island is directly below the capital of the world government. Why would the world government decide to build its headquarters where this tree was located unless it had a huge significance? Most likely because the ancient kingdom used this tree to bear devil fruits, however it seemed it no longer produces such fruits. Otherwise, I don't think the government would order Vegapunk to create artificial ones. If devil fruits and the ancient kingdom's lost technology are related, then maybe Eve was once powered by something else. A lost energy source now controlled or hidden by the world government. This hidden source could very well be an original mother flame, a technology Vegapunk was tasked to do and which is currently under the possession of the world government. So the evidence strongly suggests that devil fruits were artificially created by the ancient kingdom using advanced scientific knowledge that surpassed even Vegapunk's capabilities. Through mastery over the lineage factor and the infusion of Haki and souls, they crafted fruits that could grant individuals supernatural abilities while also reincarnating upon the user's death. This process appears to be deeply connected to the sunlight tree Eve, which may have originally borne the first devil fruits before being suppressed by the world government. The presence of multiple legendary trees in One Piece, particularly the treasure tree Adam and sunlight tree Eve, hints at a deeper connection between them, one that could explain the origin of devil fruits. The world's government decision to establish its capital above Eve suggests they sought to control or harness its properties, preventing it from bearing new fruits and forcing the reliance on artificial devil fruits instead. If the Mother Flame is indeed the missing energy source that once powered Eve and the ancient kingdom's creations, then the secrets of devil fruits may soon be uncovered. Whether Joy Boy's return will restore their true purpose or expose the world government's greatest deception remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, devil fruits are far more than just mystical objects. They're remnants of a lost civilization's ultimate scientific achievement, and their true potential is still waiting to be revealed.